show. My next guest is a best-selling author. His latest book, The Psychopath Test. He's probably got a copy of it, actually, over here. Yeah, look. What a coincidence. I was reading it. It's in stores now. Please welcome John Ronson, everybody. John Ronson. I'm very interested to talk about your book, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute. First of all, you look great. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, but I heard today that you're married to Elaine Patterson.
Yeah, you were at school with my wife.
I was at school with your wife.
What was she like at school?
She was the hot girl in school.
She was.
She was. I can't believe you're married to Elaine Patterson.
Yeah.
Dude, you are a god to me. Really? Your wife was like Elaine Patterson. Elaine Patterson! Elaine Patterson!
I've got to say, she's aged awesomely.
Yeah, I'm sure she has. She had the genetics for it, Elaine Patterson. Oh.
What a town you live in, you came from, Craig.
Yeah, it's a terrible place.
It's a terrible... I didn't want to say, because I didn't want to insult your town. It's a terrible, terrible place.
Town, yeah.
I've spent so many Christmas days in Cumbernauld, and everything's broken, and all the windows are broken, and all the doors are off their hinges.
Were you in my house?
I was in my mother-in-law's house.
It's a pretty horrible place. It usually wins the prize of the second worst town in the UK.
What could possibly be worse than...
Apparently, Hull.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The town of Hull is apparently the worst place. And now I've been to Hull, and it's bad, but it's not as bad as Cumbernauld. I feel cheated.
Hull's got rivers. At least it's got a river. It's got a river? The only water that Cumbernauld's got is urine, sort of just flow... I'm being a bit hard on Cumbernauld.
No, you're not. You're being very gentle on Cumbernauld. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love Scotland. Scotland, I think, is the other greatest country in the world. But I have to say, there's one problem in Scotland: Cumbernauld.
Yeah. It was a planning error, right? Because it was supposed to... They got it slightly wrong, and they built it in a place like in the perfect storm, where all the weather conditions combined to be basically...
Tutti frutti.
Weather the whole time. So,
oh, come on, he's a writer. He's British. It's classy. For some reason, I'm doing fake anger tonight. I don't know why. Now, listen.
It's fake.
It's not really fake.
Right.
No, we got a real problem. Me and that guy over there. You can hardly see him. He sits in the dark there. Judging.
I think he might be a psychopath.
Oh, that's good. All right, let's... what makes you say that, John? He's married to Elaine Patterson. All right, so...
Statistically, I've got to say, there's, like 100 people in the audience, and the statistic is that 1 in 100 people are a psychopath. So one of you is a psychopath.
No. I think we know who the psychopath is right over there. Look. In the dark. There he is. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah. 1 in 100 regular people is a psychopath, but 4% of CEOs are psychopaths.
Really?
Yeah, you're 4 times more likely to have a psychopath as your boss than to have one as your underling. The reason being is that all the psychopathic character traits are loved in capitalism. So basically, superficial charm and grandiosity and lack of empathy and cunning manipulative,
Whoa, get a bit close to home. Whoa. You're messing in Daddy's garden a little bit here. So is the book about how to spot a psychopath?
Yeah. I basically spent 2 years hanging around with psychopaths and learning how to spot them and having... Well, it's kind of weird way to spend 2 years because I have terrible anxiety, so it's kind of stupid that I spent 2 years...
Yes!
Hanging out with psychopaths.
Now, do psychopaths hurt you? Are we talking serial killer-y type?
Well, one of the psychopaths I hung out with was a Haitian death squad leader, but he couldn't hurt me because he's now doing 12 to 37 years in jail in upstate New York, so I kind of say, stay away from him.
Did you have to go in? Were you like Clarice and he was like... You were like, come on now, Dr. Lecter. Right. And all that, were you doing all that?
Hannibal Lecter's not really a great psychopath. He's not an accurate psychopath.
Why not?
Because he's too kind of grand and extravagant.
Are they not? I thought they were grand and extravagant.
No. They're kind of charming, but they're not extravagant. Not really.
Oh.
You can see they're too sort of shallow to be too extravagant.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
they're shallow.
And what causes it? Is it genetic? Is it an illness?
It's a brain anomaly. Basically, there's a part of the brain called the amygdala.
Right.
And if it overperforms, then you're constantly filled with kind of guilt and anxiety. Like
I've got one of them. I've got one of them.
Right,
Yeah.
You know, I was looking at the Manual of Mental Disorders the other day. There's 374 known mental disorders, and I was wondering how many I had, and it turns out I've got 12. Have you ever?
What are they then?
Okay, I've got nightmare disorder, which is categorised if you have recurrent dreams of being pursued or declared a failure, and all my dreams involve people chasing...
Everybody's dreams are like that.
Yeah.
What else?
I've got parent-child relational problems, which I blame my parents for. I've got malingering.
Oh, I've got that.
Yeah. Well, I say, what else have you got?
Anxiety, a lot of anxiety.
Right.
Yeah.
Why do you then go on national television every night? Because it's kind of like a crazy thing for an anxious person to do.
Well, it's a mental disorder, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what you want me to do is do something rational to combat my irrational fears? No, I think doing something irrational to combat something irrational seems like the way to go. I had a terrible fear of flying, so I got a pilot's license.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I combat my own insanity with more insanity. Fight fire with fire is what I say.
And it's true, and a weird facet of anxiety sufferers that they always manifest themselves in kind of completely irrational ways. I can hang out with psychopaths for 2 years and feel fine about it, and then I'm convinced if I can't get Elaine Patterson on the phone, she must be dead.
Don't even say that. That's Elaine Patterson we're talking about. Wow.
Was she really hot at school?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. But, I mean, she was like the super hot girl that you, like, if you tried to talk to her, you'd be like, yeah.
And in fact, I met, when the first time I saw her, it was in an office in London, and the secretary in the office said, that's Elaine Patterson, but she's way out of your league.
Is that what she... Yeah, I've heard that exact same sentence in my life, too. As it turned out, it was correct in my case.
As a child, you fancied my wife. It's amazing.
Dude, as a young man... As a young man, I thought about your now wife. I'm only kidding. I can't believe you're married to Elaine Patterson. Dude, I'm so impressed. I mean, writing this is great and everything, but you're married to Elaine Patterson.
Yeah.
It's insane. Well, what do you want? An awkward pause or the big cash prize? Like you don't have the big prize already.
I'm going to go for the big cash prize.
Yes, you are. What time is it, Sean? It's time once again for the big Yeah, $50. $50 in here in quarters. Now, I will add to that an additional $50 in singles. Right?
Yeah.
That's for Elaine Patterson. Should you win? That's right, I'm giving away your money, Sparky. All right, let's see. 2 ways to win. You can either answer a question, guess what's in my box. How that works, I imagine a box. I don't know what's in it. Jeff's the only person who knows what's in it. If you get it right, it'll be great. You win everything. If you get it wrong, something awful will happen.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'll do that one that you just said.
Right. I'm imagining a box in my head.
Okay.
There's something in it.
Right. Is it too late for me to switch and to go for the other thing?
You're married to Elaine Patterson. Do what you like, I guess. All right. You want to answer a question?
I'm going to answer a question.
Jeff, just for the sake of argument, what was actually in the box?
Rollerblades.
Okay. So it would have been rollerblades.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Iceland is in the North Atlantic. Its capital city is Reykjavik. How old was the great composer Frédéric Chopin when he completed the work on his first 2 rhythmic dance pieces? Was he...
Okay, thank God.
Was he 7, 9, or 11 years old? Was he 7, 9, or 11 years old?
7.
It's the correct answer!